Hi, I'm Timothy Linsdau. I'm a video producer, Christian, history lover, amateur historian. I'd like to talk about a little bit more about that caravan in Tijuana from Honduras. Okay, the saga in Tijuana continues with that caravan from Honduras. I've been trying to get a little more information. I'm only a couple miles from that experience. Of course, on the U.S. side. So, anyway, I've spoken to people who've been down there. What's going on? One fellow I know is a minister down there with border concerns. It's a ministry. He's been able to cross the border just fine. In fact, the U.S. side has added lanes, improved the security and shape of the lanes. A lot of money's been spent down there because it's one of the busiest borders in the world, if not the busiest, because you have millions of people on both sides of this border here. And a lot of transaction, a lot of business, a lot of people just moving back and forth because they live down there and live up here, all those type of things. People have family on both sides of the border. I don't think there's anything new about that, but that's how it is. Tourism, a lot of international tourism, people crossing the border to go see Mexico, see what's going on. For some people, it's the first time they've ever been out of the country. And a lot of people come this way. Tijuana is what they call a migrant town. A lot of people moving in and out for multiple reasons: jobs, citizenship, asylum. Asylum, of course, is the big issue here. And this is what the Hondurans are coming for. At least that's what they thought. I've been checking the newspapers, see what's going on also. They seem confused, and I think they are. They probably got together thinking, wow, this is just going to be a piece of cake. The U.S. just going to let us come right in, and we'll have jobs and a wonderful life. Sorry, it's not so. U.S. has a pretty orderly system in how you come in the country. I have friends who are customs agents that are on the border working, and that's what they tell me. Anybody can come in and claim asylum, but there are certain definitions in what asylum is, and it has a lot to do with just persecution by a home country's government. It has to be something like that. It can't be just gangs in the city, or you're leaving your boyfriend or some other sadness. And that's how that goes. Apparently this whole thing started from a organization or a flyer, a couple of activists in Mexico and Central America have something to do with that. There's an organization here, if I can find it. My Spanish is not that great. Let's see, what do they call it? That's another one. Oh boy, struggling here, struggling. Let me see if I can find it for you. It is, well, it started out on Facebook. Let's try that. And it is Pueblo Sin Fronteras. Town on the frontier, something like that. Sorry, Spanish is not great. And a couple of activists in particular are promoting this opportunity to gather together in a a caravan and meet, and we'll head towards the U.S. And they, gave a place, and come to find out, there are caravans forming all the time in Honduras, from just a few people to a couple of dozen. And apparently things are so bad in Honduras. Typical third world poverty, gang warfare is bad, I suppose, government corruption. Man, how these, it's just man's failings of being lived together and loved together and take care of each other. Just, there you are again, another mess. But anyway, these people are coming for the same reason people have been coming to the U.S. since the very beginning, for opportunity. In all the political arguments we have in this country is again, you have to be reminded, why do so many people try to come here? I mean, those poor people come across the border in Mexico. They have kids. They have families. They don't have much of anything other than what they're carrying on their back, or what organization you're going to give them. That organization I mentioned, I don't know if they give them anything. But supposedly they try to provide them with information. But all of those people in those organizations or activists claim they are not leaders and do not want to be leaders of these organizations. They say all they're doing is trying to provide information for these people to come together in some kind of consensus about what they're going to do. But anyway, they've come here. They're stuck in Tijuana. I don't know how many other places along the border they might be, because I'm only near this one. But Tijuana says it's cost them $30,000 a day. Well, they don't have a whole bunch of money to throw around and take care of these people, so the conditions aren't great. I suppose international organizations are getting concerned and worried about what they're going to do. And a lot of these people are finally losing heart and saying, well, I might as well go back and try to figure out something where I left. I've seen some interviews with people that are just saying, maybe I should have tried to move to a different town or a different city instead of coming to the U.S. But it's mainly they did not know what was ahead of them. Getting across Mexico was one thing. They actually were given asylum or opportunities in Mexico if they wanted to stay and work, but a lot of them consider Mexico just as difficult. I'm not sure about that. I think Mexico is it's a much bigger country and have more opportunities for people in that sense. But if they could get established in Tijuana, it'd be a lot easier than trying to get established here. Especially in San Diego, it's expensive here. And but a number of them have family members on this side. And if they can figure out what they're supposed to do to legally claim asylum and get help from their families. And also, from what I understand, some of those families are taking food and supplies to their relatives down there. So you've got a big mix of people with family, people running from something, and there's probably bad folks mixed in there, some kind of gang mess, who knows. And but some of the caravan people have said that's the case too. Tijuana had to close one of their facilities. It's not a great situation. If you're going to send anything to anybody, try to probably do it through a trusted organization. Otherwise, it might be like throwing something in a black hole. Who knows where it's going to go? Not blaming anybody or making judgments there, but there's a lot of good organizations that do this kind of thing in third world countries. Hopefully I've provided you some more information on what's going on down there. Right On this side, I mean, it's pretty calm. In church yesterday, I spoke to that one pastor, just came over that morning. Nothing slowed him down. He said everything was working like it was supposed to work. No riots or rushing the border. But the challenge continues. And on any of these activists and type people that got this stuff started, I don't know if there's a place to blame there or not. But, be careful when you're encouraging people to do something that are desperate. I have no idea what they might do. You might have all the great intentions of the world, but wow, who knows? Speaking of that, there's people and organizations have volunteer lawyers that go down there and try to help them out. Hopefully they have the best of intentions. I don't know. Hope so. But I don't know if we'll continue to report on this, if there are any big changes. Life goes on down here on the border. Hi, this is Tim Linsdau. Have a great day. Like and comment on my video and subscribe to my channel.